with what will hopefully be a haul video. Right now it's just a ride-along video. I am on my way to an estate auction this morning. It is a Saturday morning, and I am hoping that I'm going to pick up some cool treasures. I haven't been to an auction in a while. I mean, almost a year, I think. So, kind of psyched about this one. Again, you don't really know too much what to expect when you go to one of these. I mean, they have some preview pictures, but it's limited. It's going to be a pretty good-sized auction, I know, because they do have 2 auctioneers going, so that's usually a sign that they got a decent amount of stuff. And I have gone to this auction company's sales before, and they've run a nice auction, so, you know, I'm happy to go again. There's no buyer's premium, which is always nice. No sales tax, so it's just, you know, your winning bid is what you pay. So that's pretty cool. And I've, you know, in the past when I've gone to their sales, I've gotten a lot of stuff for very little money. That said, I probably should stop at the ATM just in case. I mean, I think I got maybe about $100, $140 on me. I'm probably not going to spend anywhere near that, but I always feel like I got to be prepared in case something like awesome and amazing comes up and I have to have it. So I'll probably stop. I think there's a Wawa along the way. I'll just stop there and get some extra cash. But yeah, it is it's 60 degrees out right now. It's not going to get too much warmer than this, probably maybe like 65 at the warmest, and it's supposed to stay overcast today, which, I mean, that maybe doesn't sound nice, but for an auction, that's really like perfect weather, like in the 60s, overcast, not raining, you know, just cloudy, so it's not like bright sun glaring on you. It's not going to be too hot, not going to be too cold, just right. I have my layers on just in case, but I will probably be set, yeah. And, yeah, I'm dressed in my, you know, digging through the junk kind of clothes. So, just in case, get a little dirty. Got newspapers with me for wrapping stuff up. I got bags with me for hauling stuff out. I got my little wheeled cart to haul stuff out. I got my folding chair. I'm all set. Yeah. And, she's gonna tell me to turn, even though it's not really turning, but whatever. Yeah, this auction's probably about just under like 40 minutes from where I live, so a little bit further out to go to this one, but it's worth it, I think. Not sure what kind of crowd it's going to draw. I know there's quite a few garage sale, yard sale things going on today. There's a few different towns around here that are having like their town-wide sale or like community-wide sales, so I think, you know, that might keep the population down a little. I'm not sure what other auctions are going on today. I could have gone to a town-wide sale yesterday. It was like yesterday and today, a local town, and it's a town I would go to for a sale. Like I'm so picky and choosy. I hate yard sales. You know that. I'm not really a huge yard sale fan. But it's like you know, a town-wide one is maybe worth it because you're usually going to find something, and this is a town that's more affluent, and, you know, it would probably be worth it to go because there's probably going to be better stuff. I think it's next week that there's a town-wide one going on, then I'm like, I don't want to go to that because it's like it's a poorer town, and I just figure it's not going to have as much nice stuff. I mean, there'll still be stuff there, and I think there's a few like older people in this town, so sometimes there's a chance to find some cool vintage stuff with something like that. You know, older people are probably gonna like retire and move out of state because this is on the New Jersey side. It's like too expensive for older people to stay in New Jersey. I don't even live in New Jersey because it's so expensive now. It's not that bad, the area where we are anyway. But yeah, so I don't know. I just kind of. Not a yard sale, garage sale kind of person. Like, everybody has their thing that they like. Like, I love an auction. I know it's, I guess, time consuming because, you know, you might be there a while. I mean, I'll probably be there a few hours, but at the same time, it's like you can just go. You don't have to drive all over creation. You can get your stuff. It's a good deal. You know, you're gonna get a fair price, and then you're done. Like, you don't have to. I don't know, you don't have to haggle, you don't have to drive around, you don't have to like, I mean, there's usually signs for an auction if it is off the beaten path. This one I don't think is too far off the beaten path. I looked at the map, and it's like an in-town thing, and it's like, I'll be on, it's like 2 turns, so not bad. I don't know what the parking situation will be like around here. That's always a bit iffy, especially these older towns. Yeah, you know, there's not necessarily a lot of places to park, but yeah, we'll see. There's something going on here, a flea market going on at a church, but I'm not going to that. So yeah, I don't know. I'll see what I get, guys. It's been a relatively quiet spring, I guess, as far as, I mean, I went to some rummage sales, but that was really all I've been doing lately, as far as, you know, thrifting and shopping and stuff like that. So yeah, hopefully I'll try to film at the sale, or at the auction a little, and definitely try to show you what I picked up later. So I'll catch up with you guys again soon.
All I did was I kept cranking it, and I was going to sell it. I cranked it, and it fired. Yeah. It's been there for a couple weeks since I tried it. What did they want? Yeah, motor. Yeah. So, I mean, it probably could have used the front. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's something like a hardware. But it was something like Hey, you need numbers to bid. You get numbers in the garage. We're going to start in 2 minutes. 2-minute warning.
And he's waterfowl, he owned a plumbing business.
Every day I'm down in Dublin. 9 o'clock, we're starting here with the auction. We're going to start down here with the box lot. I'm going to find my clerks and my other auctioneer that's going to help us out.
Hey everyone, so I am on my way home now from the auction. I think I did pretty good. I spent $50 even. I don't know how I managed that, but I managed to spend exactly $50 and picked up some cool stuff. Mostly, well, no. I picked up a lot of box lot stuff, and then I picked up some stuff when they were auctioning off the smalls. I left. They were doing the furniture. They just started doing the furniture. They still had some more smalls to auction off, but you know, I wasn't going to stick around for that, so I think I did pretty good at the sale. I was wrong about the weather, though. It did never get as warm as they said it was going to get. I mean, it was like 60 degrees, if that. It might have been like 58, and windy, and so everybody was kind of chilly. There were some people who actually like bought gloves and you know, wanted them to auction off blankets too, because they were that cold. I don't know how it is where you are, but around here the auctions do seem to draw an older crowd. you know, there's some younger people there, but a lot of the vast majority of the people there are, you know, senior citizens. So for whatever reason, and I guess they tend to get a little colder. I mean, I was cold too, so I'm not saying anything. But yeah, some people were really were bundled up there, and it wasn't that cold. But yeah, I think I picked up some good stuff. I will show it to you later or whenever, once I get home at some point. But yeah, I'll have to unpack everything. I didn't get too much. I didn't go too crazy. Some of the box slots that I bought, you know, I just wanted maybe like 1 or 2 things in it, so the other stuff got kind of left behind there, because I wasn't going to lug that back to my car. Parking wasn't too bad. I was able to park, you know, on the street that it was on and not that far away, but, you know, it was still, I had to, like, you know, trek back and forth a couple times to bring stuff to my car, and, you know, I wasn't going to make an extra trip for stuff I didn't even want, and that I wouldn't have to get rid of anyway, so that's how it went. Didn't get everything that I wanted, you know, there's some stuff that, you know, I saw as I was walking around, and I kind of, you know, for me, I try to, like, set, you know, in my head, like, the max that I'll pay for something, and, you know, some stuff just went for more than I would pay for it. Not saying that it wasn't worth that. The biggest ticket item, at least that I saw while I was watching, they were doing jewelry, and then they're doing watches, and there was one watch, which it didn't look like much. I don't even know what the brand name was on it, but they had like an absentee bid. Well, it wasn't even really an absentee bid, it was like a phone bid. Somebody, you know, when the auction workers had to call this person, you know, and relay messages back and forth so that they could bid by phone, and it ended up going for just under $2,000. I think $1,975. I think was the final price. So, and I mean, it started out like at 100 or something like that, and you know, things got a little bit heated at 300. I'm like, wow, it's going to go for a lot of money, and it just kept going and going. It was interesting to watch. I mean, everyone else that was there were all like, what is this? You know, like, why is this going for so much money? Because it was just the guy on the phone and one other guy at the auction. They were just going back and forth until it reached, I guess, the guy that was there was the one that won it, not the guy on the phone. So, yeah, interesting. Always interesting to see something like that. That was the biggest one that I saw. There were a few other jewelry pieces, a gold coin, you know, that went for maybe up in the hundreds, but nothing anywhere near as high as that watch. And yeah, I mean, the stuff that I wanted that I didn't get didn't go for that much more than I was willing to pay for it. There was a thing with some flags in it. I think that went for like 37 or something, and I was like, I wasn't going to go over 20 on it. There was a bocce set that I was thinking maybe 12 or 14 I'd pay for it, and that went for 20. So, you know, I'm not disappointed. I mean, I didn't miss out because I knew what I was willing to pay, and it went for more than I was willing to pay. So that's, I guess, the good thing about an auction. If you don't get caught up in the emotion and frenzy of it all, then you'll be okay. And yeah, what else? There's a couple of things where they like had stuff grouped together and then like moved it around with the box lots, and so I mean, the one woman kind of, I think, was a little annoyed because she thought she was bidding on, you know, one box lot, and then it turned out they'd like separated it out, and so the lot that she really wanted, I know the lot she really wanted had like a cross pen and some other pens and pencils and stuff in it that were probably worth good money, but then the lot she got didn't have all that stuff in it because they had like separated. They had two boxes, they had them stacked on top of each other, and then they separate them out, and that one wasn't even included in the one with the cross pen, and the other pens wasn't included in that like set of lots. So I mean, she ended up getting that, but you know, after, you know, the next round of lots. So yeah, it's a little tricky. And like the one box lot that I got, I mean, I didn't pay much for it. I think only like $1 or $2, but I'm pretty sure it had other stuff in it, like when I was previewing it and walking around, and there were still a couple of things in there, but like at least one of the things that I thought was in there then suddenly wasn't in there anymore, which Yeah, so that's a little annoying, but anyway, so picked up some cool stuff. I'm not even sure some stuff I like grabbed because I'm like, I don't know, you know, I won this, but I don't know what it is, and so I will have to see how it goes, and some of it I might still be getting rid of. But anyway, I'm just rambling. I will have to show you everything that I got later, and catch up with you then. Okay guys, I am back home now, and I'm going to show you what I picked up. I don't really think that I'm going to remember individual prices, especially since a lot of what I picked up is stuff I bought in lots, and I don't remember which was in like which lot, but $50 altogether for everything that I'm going to show you. I got this, it's just a simple record box, although it did have, I took them out, it did have some reel-to-reel tapes in it. Here's the funny thing, they had this in one lot with some other stuff might have been in that lot, and then they had a couple more of these same exact ones. This is metal. It's a nice sturdy metal one, a little bit dirty, but I think it'll clean up nicely. They had two more in another lot, and then they had grouped that together with a reel-to-reel player, which I really didn't want, and it ended up going over, you know, it got bid up, and I didn't get that one, but I got this one, or those two, whatever. I don't know what I'm saying. Anyway, so this one, again, it was in a lot. I don't know what I paid for it. This was in a lot too. I don't know if it's worth any money. It's, you know, Life magazine. I believe it's a recipe file with, you know, actual recipes in it. So, anchovy sauce. Yeah, it's a whole alphabetical file. I'm probably going to sell it like this in case anybody is interested in the Life magazine recipe file, because there might be someone out there who is. I don't know. These are things, by the way, just about everything I think is going on Etsy. Except this. I don't even know if I'm... It's a manual for something I didn't get. It was in one of the box lots that I had. It's a Sony compact disc player manual. I'm just thinking there might be somebody that's interested, so I'll throw it up on eBay and maybe make a few bucks on it. I don't know. I'll have to look into that a little more. Yeah, and I'm not sure if I'm going to do anything with these. These are window decals, but they're like vintage ones. I mean, not super old. I think we had some like these when I was growing up. Not maybe these particular ones, but I know we had some Easter ones. Anyway, so kind of like color forms, really. The way they are, that vinyl. But, yeah, I think I'll try and sell them on Etsy. They are Halloween themed. Vintage Halloween stuff tends to do well. I don't know if this is worth anything. Again, it was in a lot. It's empty. It's a paint tray from Grumbacher, if that's how you say it. I think there's like Grumbacher paints too, which might not even be, they might be dried out. I don't know. I just threw them in a bag because they were in one of the lots. Probably the same lot. I'm not even sure. This actually was in a lot that I thought had other stuff in it, and actually did when I was previewing it, but then stuff got separated out. So anyway, got this. We'll look it up, see if there's any value in it. It's just plastic. It looks like it was never used. This is a paint set here. How do I open it? Hang on here. I'll figure it out. Someday I will. Are those hinges or are those latches? Okay. So this is Grumbacher too, apparently, because it has this in here. Here's a paintbrush. And it's a whole set of Grumbacher paints. Again, I don't know if they're worth anything. There's more paintbrushes in here. It's a really nice set. This is metal, nice sturdy metal. And there's actually more paints than would have fit in this tray, so they must have an extra that they put in here. I believe these are watercolors. I don't know how I would see what they are, but the booklet says it's watercolor for artists, so I'm assuming the paint is watercolor, and just judging by the way the tray is, I would think that it's watercolor. The paintbrush has been sharpened to a point on the end. Anyway, I will look it up, see if there's any value in vintage Grumbacher watercolor paint. Who knows? These are all together. I'm not going to open up all of them because I wrapped these all up, but see if I can find one to show you. So this is a whole tea set, like a little tea set. Had a creamer, had a teapot, I think sugar bowl, and little cups and saucers. No marking on it, but it definitely is vintage. Has like a green leaf on white design with some gold accents. Kind of cool, kind of different. Most, if not all, the pieces were there, so that's kind of nice. This was in with the smalls. I think I paid like $5 for the set, so I paid up a little, but we shall see. I'll see if I can sell it on Etsy. I feel like there should be value in it, even though it isn't marked at all. Vintage jewelry box, something rattling around there, probably a key. Yes, key and a little, not real gold, flimsy little, what do you call it, pendant. Looks like it might have even been a freebie thing. It's got like a religious thing on it. And an old pencil from Telford Savings and Loan. But anyway, I bought it for the jewelry box. There's some pins in there too, which was a whole $1. In the smalls, nobody wanted it. It's nothing too fancy, but I should be able to sell that on Etsy. Pretty good condition. Vintage photo album. Really cool album itself, and then there are pictures in here, some pretty old pictures, and a lot of people pictures, some place pictures as well, but a lot of kids here, snapshots, family snapshots, look to be from 1920s or so. Just looking at the clothing, there's a soldier with his drum and another picture falling out there. Yeah, so I don't know. I've never done too well with photos, but I will see. And then there's a whole bunch of blank pages in this book. So I'm probably going to take the pictures out, try to sell them, and then sell the book, even though it's been partly used. Try and sell that separately. This got grouped together with some other stuff. I just thought this and saw this and thought it was really cool. It's a guest book, but it's made of wood, like the cover is wood, has these little rings as a binder, and then these paper pages in it. The first page, at least, has been used, but other pages are, well, the first few pages have been used, and the other pages are blank, very tanned, but I just thought this was such a cool vintage guest book that it's got a little guy in a sombrero there taking a nap by his cart, cactus, so I will see. I think this will go on Etsy. But I bought that. It happened to get grouped together with this other stuff, which I wasn't as interested in. But, yeah, it might sell. This is just like a little notebook. I'm not even sure. What they do? They cut the pages here, like half, and have like names and birthdays and whatnot. I don't know if there's any value in that. And then a first grade seat workbook or whatever. This is actually pretty cool. It's been filled out. There's some random paper doll pieces in there, but just a vintage school book, so that's kind of cool. Yeah, that should sell on. I don't know about this notebook. And what is in here? Is there anything in here, or is it just it's just an empty paper envelope that I guess these were in? Okay, I bought one of these recently. It's a shoe shine kit box. Very dirty. Looks like this was probably stored in a basement. And then it did have stuff inside here. Had some brushes of various sorts, and it also has some shoe shine tins. These tins don't seem super old, so I don't think there's really any value in the tins. They're all Kiwis, it looks like. Yeah, that's Kiwi too. And then these brushes, which I will probably lot out and sell separately. Sell the brushes together in one lot, sell the kit, the box itself, in another lot on Etsy, and probably get rid of those shoe shine tins themselves. Let me get this stuff here. I picked up a whole lot of Tupperware. Nothing too exciting. Some bowls like this. One of those pickle storage things. Another storage thing or cheese grater. What is this? I don't know, some other kind of veggie or something storage thing. This whole lot was $1, so yeah, I figured I'd go for it. Some more of the bowls. So enough that I'll probably put the bowls that match together in a set. Maybe try to sell the pickle thing separate and the veggie thing separate. They're all vintage, so I could put them on Etsy. Sorry, I had a little, still not quite right, had a little coughing attack there. Probably a result of standing outside on a spring day that's full of pollen for a few hours. But anyway, I think I'm okay. Anyway, this is something that I got with the Smalls. It's in its original box. It's a hand-carved meerschaum pipe that was made in Turkey. That's the box. This is the pipe. Pretty cool, I think. This was my most expensive purchase. I paid $15 for this, but I think it's worth it. I do, and that'll go on Etsy, and hopefully it'll sell for good money. Very nice pipe. Never seen one, never come across one myself that's that cool. Okay, sorry, I have to keep stopping because I'm getting a coughing attack. Having some tea here. Hopefully that helps. And helps to warm me up too. So I picked up a couple of phones. I actually got 3 phones, but I left one there. 2 of them were rotary phones, like this one here. It has this crazy sticker on the dial, which I should be able to take off. It also has like a cushiony sticker on the headset here. But rotary phone, I can now test these. For a while I couldn't, but they now have a landline again at my boyfriend's parents, so I can test it over there. This one's beige. I have another one that's black somewhere. And I left behind one that was like a push button one and didn't seem too old. Even though it was push button, you know, desk type phone, it just felt really light, like the weight of it. So I don't think it was a super old one. But yeah, I've got to clean this one up and test it. I picked up this dartboard. It's not that old. It's probably from the 1980s. It's a Sportcraft unicorn one. This is the front. This is the back. And you know, the surface, the playing surface looks pretty good. Wasn't used too much. But then at the bottom here, I don't know if you can see that. I don't know if it's picking it up on there, but it's damaged there. So I paid $1 for this. So I think I should be able to make some money on it, even with that damage. Yeah, I don't think they use the one side all. They just use the first side I showed you. Oh, this was in the Tupperware lot too, and I just got separated from it. Oh, and here is the black phone that I picked up. This one's in very nice shape as far as, you know, cosmetically. Hopefully they both work, and even if they don't, they can go for good money on Etsy. Okay, I got some craft kits too that were in some of the lots. This one is a sealed candle wicking kit. Nothing too fancy there. Just white on white. Not really snowflakes, but kind of a snowflakey-like design. And then in this bag here, there's a couple more craft kits, I believe. This one is sealed. It is a needlepoint handbag kit. Has the handles in there for the handbag, which is nice. It's actually a mushroom design, kind of cool. I didn't even realize that at first. I thought it was just geometric. And then this one had been opened, but I did take a look at it during the preview, and it looked like it was all there. It's a needlepoint pillow kit. This one is geometric. I think this is the red one. Yeah, it's the red one. Vintage Woolworths bag. I don't think it's worth anything, but interesting. I don't believe these are worth anything, but I'll look it up. It's a set of vintage pastels, 40 in the box. It's all tied up, so I don't think I can even open it. But Anyway, I don't know what the brand was on it. Alpha color. Weber Costello, I guess is the brand. Probably no value in it, but I'll look it up. This I didn't even know I bought until I was, you know, going through this stuff that I picked up, and this was in one of the lots. So I don't know if there's any value to it, but it looked like something that might have some value, so I figured I'd take it home and figure out from there. It's a vintage, I think it's vintage, yeah, alarm, like a wall alarm. Wires are here. It's got like this connector box on the back. It's not really instructions for it. I don't know, there's a piece of paper in here too. Yeah, it smells very musty. Again, this must have been another thing that was stored in the basement, but it looks in pretty nice condition. Ademco, I guess, is the brand, because it's in the box, which I think is original. So an Ademco 8-inch bell. We'll see. I don't know if there's value. I will look it up and find out what's going on with it. Also with that, there were some other miscellaneous things. Some kind of like switch thing here. Probably not worth anything. It's like labeled. The wires are taped up here. I just threw it in the bin as I was grabbing my stuff up, and just in case it went to something, like it went to that bell or something, but I don't think so. Yeah, and this is not worth anything. I don't even know why I have this. It's just a Rubbermaid Lazy Susan boring tan one. And then I just took this in case this went with anything that I got, but I don't think it did. Heathkit manual for a photoelectric beam relay, which I don't think I got in here. Then there are like 4 boxes of these. This is a Ademco 2, same brand as that bell, and they are whatever they are. I don't even know. Magnetic contact, and there are, I don't know, about 20 of them in this box, and I have 4 boxes of them. Are they worth anything? I don't know. This is probably something I will just put them all together and throw them on eBay and see if anyone buys them, because I don't know. I'll look them up to see if I can find any information out about them. Oh, here's more of that Grumbacher paint that I was saying. It's not dried out, you know, it's still like soft in here. And of course, if it's watercolor, you could always mix it with water, I would think. This is like all gray in this set here, like neutral gray and all neutral gray, I guess. I don't know. They're different numbers, so I don't know. Number 4 neutral gray, number 6 neutral gray. I don't know. This is the gray set. And then there's some in here too. It's not as many in here. Black in here. Black and white. Again, I don't know if there's any value at all in these, but they were in the stuff that I bought, so I figured I'd take them home and figure it out. They might get thrown out in the trash. Who knows? Likewise, there were some different brushes. They looked like nicer brushes. Grumbacher. They like Grumbacher. That's all their stuff is. Grumbacher here. But, I mean, very nice looking brushes. These are some wrapping paper here. Okay, one of these looks like pretty flimsy and cheap. Well, maybe not. But, yeah. Excuse me. So all these different brushes. I might lot all these up together and see if anyone's interested. You know, there might be some decent high quality brushes here. I don't know. I don't even know what this is. It's just a metal box. Just kind of cool industrial style. How does it open? Like that. Got slots in there probably for storing movies, like old movie reels maybe, or reel-to-reels, or who knows what. Yeah, interesting. It was $1, you know, and nobody wanted it. I'm like, I'll take it for $1. There's a brand name on here, Brumburger, not Grumbacher, Brumburger. But anyway, steel gray there. Again, it's a heavy thing, but you know, I charge for shipping, so that'll be the buyer's problem. And somebody might want this, so they might buy it. Has a handle at the top. I think we are down to the end here. Empty plastic bag. Here's whatever this is. I think this is garbage. A vintage sales pad. I really don't think there's value in this. Some of it's actually been used. I'm just wondering what they were selling here, so I'm kind of curious here. From 1952, that's when it's dated. They sold a vase. Someone paid cash for something. Parts for something that I can't see. Lamp. Paint. I don't know, they must have had some kind of store or something. Paint. Oh, maybe that's why they have all this art stuff. Maybe they had an art supply store. But, anyway. Duplicate sales book. There's also a date on the front, 1982. Right? That's neat. I don't know if there's any value in that. Maybe on Etsy. And then this is just crap, I think, here. It's just an old memo pad. And not even that old. Probably 1980s, actually. With some, you know, writing and drawing and stuff in it. Anyway, so that, I think, is everything that I picked up for $50. I will have to see how I do with it and yeah, what kind of money I can make on it. So I will try and catch up with you at some point and give you a whole follow-up video. I know I'm way behind on those. I know I say that all the time, but I do apologize for that. But one of these days, I'll actually get caught up on things. So in the meantime, thank you everyone for watching, and yeah, I'll see you again soon. Happy selling, everyone!